Can someone tell me if I'm being dramatic? Okay, I just got back from a date with this guy who I matched with on Hinge last week. We went on our first date last Wednesday, today's Sunday. On Wednesday, we went to a few bars and we were having a great time. We were vibing, we were talking, laughing, and we might have kissed at the end of the night. And then he asked me if I was free on Sunday, and I was like, yeah. So naturally, I was very excited, and I was a little bit embarrassed about how excited I was for today. Not that I told him, but yeah, anyway. So we go to this diner to get food, and we walk in, and this waitress who greets us is a very attractive woman. And I saw that immediately. And she says hi to him, and he says hi to her, but not just like any hi. It's like a hi, like a flirtatious hi. And then he knows her. He greets her by her name. Let's call her Susie. He goes, hi, Susie. And then he introduces me to her. He goes, Nicole, this is Susie. Or he doesn't even say my name. He was just like, this is Susie. And he doesn't introduce Susie to me. And I was like, okay, so I know her name, but she doesn't know my name, whatever. She seats us in one of these tables. It's like a booth seat and like a chair. He sits in the booth, so I take the chair. And then as we were ordering, and when it's time to get the attention of the server to order, we see Susie again, and he's like, look at her, isn't she's just so beautiful? Oh, she's so beautiful. Okay, why don't you go on a date with her then? Why am I sitting here? Let me go call her over, and I can give her my seat, and then I can serve you guys. But I didn't say that. I just said, oh yeah, and scratched my head, and I was just like, I don't know why I didn't say anything, but I just was like, how can you be that stupid to be on a date with a woman and then call another woman beautiful? Am I being dramatic? Am I being petty? I just feel like that's something you shouldn't do. If you're a guy, can you tell me, would you do that? If you're a straight guy. I don't know if anyone should do that. Needless to say, I don't like this guy anymore, and I'm not going to see him again. But yeah.
There are a few men in my life that the rules simply do not apply. Usually my standards are very high. I'm like dinner, cocktails, I need a car service, you need to bring me a limo, red carpet, ring, etc. But with these guys, some of my very regal crushes that I have, they have me by a chokehold.
As you boys can see, it's not just her. It's a lot of girls who have this similar mindset. Boys, let's just be honest. There are some girls right now you're chasing. They are making you jump through a bunch of hoops, but when that one guy calls, he gets it without any resistance. When you deal with women that actually like you a lot, you can do things like, hey, let's grab coffee. Hey, let's go for a walk. Hey, come over. And they'll do it. So if you ask a girl out for a drink, ask her out for, some more of a basic date, and she goes, no, I'd much rather do dinner. No, I'd much rather do this. It's usually because she doesn't see you as that guy, and she's making you do more things because you're not that guy to her. So the question probably is, how do I become that guy? Here's the thing. How much are you willing to invest? Because for me, if I'm not seen as that guy, I'm not going to try to convince her I'm that guy. Because at what expense? What at the drop? $300, $400, $500 so she finds out I'm that guy? When another girl sees me at a club and thinks she just saw Jesus Christ himself, I'd much rather go with that girl. A lot of men's problems come from choosing women that don't see them as that guy, and they go through all this heartbreak and all this trauma when they just chose a girl that never really saw you as him. So the advice is, choose girls that see you as him so you don't have to go through all the BS.
Ouch. It's like a dagger to my heart because I lived this life for 6-7 years. I met my husband and we settled in really quick together. I gave up my full-time job probably within 6 months of being together. We got married. I had a vow made to me that I would always be taken care of, always be provided for, never be put in a position where I'd have to restart my life. So at the time, I thought I was making a very sane decision by quitting my full-time job, not saving money, and serving him, serving my son, my whole family unit, taking care of the dogs, taking care of the home. I stayed very, very busy. Don't get me wrong. I was always doing something, always taking care of whatever needed to be taken care of. I was a great stay-at-home wife, mom. Like I said, I thought it was a good decision, but it was a huge risk. And now I am reaping what I sowed. And what I'm reaping is a huge regret, no savings, having to jumpstart my career again, starting all over. Here I am, 31, divorced, sitting on my new apartment floor, looking at TikToks like this and thinking, whoo, that was me. Really wish I would have been smarter. So take it from me. We always think it's never going to happen to us, that he would never, that we're set for life, right? That this is our new lifestyle and it's amazing and wonderful. And let me tell you, I enjoyed every minute of it until my life imploded and then I had to start over. So just woman to woman, if you're considering doing something like this, just know the risk you're taking. Be smart. Think about what you're doing now by giving up financial independence, the impact it could have if something happened. I hope to God it never happens to you. It's been the worst time of my life. And I really regret the decisions I made and the trust I put in one person. So be careful. Like I said, if you're thinking about doing this, really, really, really think about it. Really think about it. I don't want this to happen to you, but it can. So life's funny like that. Be careful.
Here's some things that my soon-to-be ex-husband used to do that I didn't realize wasn't normal until after I left. When the Wi-Fi guy came to install our internet, he made me FaceTime him the entire time because he said that I might try and sleep with him, and then he still accused me of sleeping with him, saying that I could have slept with him before I called him or after I hung up the phone. Didn't tell me happy birthday until right before I fell asleep on my birthday, 2 months after we got married. Gaslit and manipulated me into not having a job and said, I just want you to be a stay-at-home wife. And then when money problems would come up or any kind of issue with me would come up, he would complain about how I didn't have a job and how I'm just mooching off of him. Only came home and ate dinner with me maybe twice a week because he was at his parents' or his brother's house. He did not get me a Christmas present, but instead he gave me his debit card and said, don't know what you want, you got $50, go get yourself something nice. Complained and told me that I was folding his clothes wrong when he never ever did laundry, washed clothes, nothing. He told me over a year after we'd been married and I was pregnant that he wanted multiple wives, and then he was upset that I was upset about it. Got pissed when my parents bought us groceries one time. Told me that he didn't believe that our son was his son, and when I said get a paternity test, he said, I don't even want to because it could be so close to my brother's DNA that you probably slept with that it would just say that it was mine and I would still never know. When the electricity went out on 2 of our rooms, including a bathroom, and our washing machine was broken, and I tried to get him to fix it for about 9 months, he told me that I should have been more grateful and that it was a test to me because people back in the olden days didn't have that kind of stuff, so I should have just been grateful that I had it in the first place, even if it was broken.